Hey all, welcome back to my channel Hire Ready. In today's video, we are going to see 8 different types of AI. If you go back to 2025 starting and if you search for the types of AI, you might have seen very less number of types. For a reason, AI was on a growing stage, was on a slowly growing stage. But now, at the end of 2025 and the starting of 2026, AI was almost on a grown stage and it is on a fast growing stage. So in this video, we are going to see 8 different types of AI. Without any delay, let's get into the video. The first type is narrow AI. The name is called as narrow AI, but that doesn't mean it is not having capability to do the task in a perfect way. It is also called as weak AI, but also called as domain specific AI. But how it is possible? Let me give you one example so that you can clearly understand what is narrow AI and the power of narrow AI. In 1997, when IBM developed an AI model called Deep Blue, it defeated world chess champion Garry Kasparov in 1997. That was one of the best application of narrow AI model. For that application, for building that application, the IBM data scientists and AI engineers might have had so many discussions with AI experts and chess experts, chess world champions. So only after understanding the mindset of what are all the next moves they will take if the competitor is moving my chess coins this way. So based on that learning, what they did is they well trained this model called Deep Blue. So after that training, when that competition was conducted, it defeated world chess champion Garry Kasparov. So now tell me, how powerful is this narrow AI? Yes, it is. Apart from that, let me give you one example where narrow AI is being applied. In the previous video, we have seen about Amazon's recommendation system. In addition to that, we do have Instagram Reels, right? That is the best application of narrow AI. Some people might think that Instagram is understanding my emotions. If I'm being sad, it is suggesting sad reels. No, that is not how it is working. The algorithm is not at all working in that way. Let me explain how it is working. Let's take a situation that you are sad for now. What you'll do, you'll open Instagram, you're watching reels for now. If you are being suggested a happy reel, someone is successful or someone is happy with their life, will you watch that reel? No, you'll just scroll it within 1 or 2 seconds. If you are seeing a reel where someone is being sad, so you could connect with someone who is being sad at the same time, right? So you'll watch that reel for more than 15 seconds. So that is how Instagram's recommendation system is understanding the emotion that you have for now. In addition to that, people who live in the same location where you live, if they're watching similar reels, so that reels will be on your feed for the next day. So that is how recommendation systems are powerful, and that is how narrow AI is powerful. But in that case, to that recommendation system, in either ways, I can't go and ask any questions that I ask to Google or ChatGPT. That is the reason why it is called as weak AI. But to be honest, in reality, it is the master in its domain, and that is why it is called as domain specific AI. I hope you understood what is narrow AI. Let's see the second type. Generative AI. When we see this topic, most of the people will think definitely ChatGPT, Gemini, and these are all the models where we have LLMs and this is the only application. No. In 2026, then AI is going to take another evolution because we are going to see so many small language models. Let me explain how it works. Small language models use RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, where we can connect our confidential data to LLM like small language models. LLM models are called as large language models because it has the ability to handle so much of data and it has the knowledge of high volume of data. But these SLM models need not get trained on high volume of data. Let me give you one smart example to understand what is SLM so you can understand Gen AI, how it is going to change this 2026. If you are running a website, if you are running a business and you have a plan to build a website and the website is going smooth, and if you want to increase your customers in that business, yeah, they are seeing the product, they are purchasing it. How to do that? What you can do is you can add a small chatbot to that website. If your customers are having any queries that will be often asked, they can ask that question. So for that, our chatbot can give them answers, right? So our customer satisfaction rate will get increased. So the business will grow. That is how Gen AI is going to take under evolution in 2026. Let's see the third type of AI. Agentic AI. If you are a beginner, you might definitely have the confusion. What is the difference between AI agents and agentic AI? Let me make it very easy to understand what is AI, agentic AI and AI agents. The best example would be self-driving cars. Yes, in self-driving cars, it has so many abilities, right? It can see if a person is standing in front of a car through camera sensors, and it can see if the traffic signal light is saying red means stop, yellow means ready, and green means go. It can understand it. Based on that, it can take actions. It can increase the speed, it can turn on the car, and it can move. So followed by one action, it is taking another action. And if the car moves fast, the car in front of our car moves fast, it is moving faster, right? Our self-driving car is also moving faster. So followed by one action, it is taking another action. To this, we added AI, right? So that one action is an example of AI agent. If it is seeing a red light and it is taking action of stopping the car, that is one action. That is an example of AI agents. And followed by that action, we do have another action where another AI agent is connected to one AI agent. So the connection of AI agent is called as agentic AI. That is how agentic AI works. In future, we might see so many applications are connected with another applications. I'll give you one example to understand agentic AI in a better way. So let's consider. I'm running a business. Okay. So I want to run a business based on marketing campaign. I plan to start a marketing campaign for my business. What I have to do next? I should hire people who will be working on that marketing campaign. Research analyst, website developer, apart from that, data analyst. So instead of hiring people who does this work, if I build an AI agent who does the work, who did the work of building websites, if I build an AI agent that does the research part, if I build an AI agent that can do the analysis part, what I can do is I can combine all these AI agents to complete my work. Instead of hiring so many people, I can just connect all these AI agents and grow my business, right? So that is how agentic AI is powerful. And as similar to how we are going to see an evolution of SLM models, we are definitely going to see an evolution of agentic AI models like these. Next, we have AGI, right? The fourth type is AGI. So this is the AI model. For so many years, it is being on the developing stage. But this year, for sure, the speed that the efforts and the amount of sacrifice that the AI engineers are putting for this year is going to get increased. We might see a grown stage of AGI. So in this agentic AI, we might have seen self-driving cars as one of the example. But do you know what? Self-driving cars are just 95% automated. And those self-driving cars can't go in certain places where people are crowded. Why? Because it doesn't have consciousness as similar to human beings. If it faces a new situation, it can't understand human emotions. If some human being is standing in front of car, is standing in side of the road and showing a hand sign to stop, if they are facing some emergencies, as a human being, I'll make up my mind and I'll decide should I stop or not based on my urgency, right? So, as a human being, I understand another human being's emotions, but still, AI can't understand another human being's emotion. So, that consciousness is still lagging in AI. That is the reason why we can't use the same self-driving cars in rural areas where we have high population. So, adding that consciousness to these AI models is called as artificial general intelligence. In the previous video, we might have seen AI doesn't think like human beings. To make AI think like human beings, that is why this technology itself is being developed. Let's see the fifth type of AI. Multimodal AI, what it might be. As the name itself says, it is multi. It has the ability to handle both structured and unstructured data. Structured data in the sense, when it comes to technical terms in data science and AI, when we have text data or table data, that is called as structured data. If we have data and image, data as video, if we have data as audio, that is called as unstructured data. So when an AI model have the ability to handle both structured and unstructured data, that particular AI model is called as multimodal AI. The best example would be our Gen AI models, LLM models, ChatGPT and Gemini. If you upload an image and ask what this means, that AI model, your ChatGPT could explain what it is. And if you upload your image and ask for some refinements, if you want any changes to do in the image that you upload, it can create, it can make that changes. So what does it mean? It has the ability to understand text and also the images that you upload. So that is the power of multimodal AI models that can understand both structured and unstructured data. Next to that, we have Edge AI. What it might be? It is the simplest application of AI models. For now, we do have a very less number of Edge AI based applications, but in 2026, we might see so many applications that is getting developed based on Edge AI. So before getting into that, let me explain you what is Edge AI. What it might be? Of course, as the name suggests, it is on the edges of our hands. Whatever devices we have in hand, if that AI is having access, if that device is having access to AI, if that applications that was added to the location, like the devices that I have is having AI models that is built inside, that is called as Edge AI. Let me give you one best example to understand what is Edge AI and how it works. The facial recognition app that was inbuilt to every Android mobile phones and Apple mobile phones are the best application of Edge AI. So it can understand who you are, right? Do you think that AI needs cloud storage? Do you think it needs network? No, those AI models can work without network and without cloud storage, and that AI models are called as Edge AI. Apart from this, in future we might see many advancements of Edge AI. Let me give you one example how this Edge AI can be applied in real life for safety purposes. Most of the people might have CCTV camera at their homes, right? For safety purpose, if someone came inside the house or some problems might happen, in that concern we do have CCTV camera at our home or in the business area. If that CCTV camera have the same facial recognition feature to understand if another person apart from you and your family members, if they step into your house, if those cameras have the ability to detect that, if another person steps into your house other than your family members, if it detects that, it will give you an alarm when you are not on home. So if we can add facial camera features to a small mobile phone camera, why can't we do that to CCTV camera? So this kind of advancements might be created in 2026. So it could increase the safety purpose, and also it is increasing the availability and use of AI. So AI can be used in every devices without cloud and without network. But how it is working? Inside that we are building an inbuilt application, and it understands how this data is being processed, and based on that data it is having the ability to make decisions, right? That is how this Edge AI is making sense. Next, supercomputing and AI. What it might be? Supercomputing. Is it a supercomputer? Yes, of course it is going to be a supercomputer. What is supercomputing first of all? Do you think if I am teaching my computer to learn billions of data, does it have the ability? If I want to get a live update about what is the weather that is there on another places, if I want to collect and process weather of what is the weather condition of billions of places, my computer, my local system is not capable of that. But supercomputers are super capable of that. They can handle huge amount of data. At the same time, the processing power of those supercomputers are relatively very high compared to our normal computers. To those supercomputers, if we add AI, what will happen? So many magics will happen. So generally in most of the places, if we have leave for rainy season, and they might predict whether prediction, we might see the result as today we might have a rain. So we got leave for that. And the same day, we might see the sun is bothering us, right? The sunny season will happen at most on that single day. How it is happening? Because that AI models are not predicting in a proper way. That weather condition apps are not working, and the ability of a computer is not as much capable of handling that much amount of data, right? That is why we need computers that is capable of handling huge amount of data. So the accuracy of the decisions that made by the government might increase if they develop so many supercomputers and if they add AI to that. So that is the power of supercomputing and AI. And until 2025, we haven't seen any applications, so many applications of supercomputing. We might have some systems where supercomputing is being used. In our ChatGPT apps like ChatGPT and Perplexity AI, do you think that normal computer is working beside that? No, of course. They have supercomputers which has the ability to process high volume of data. So, not just those applications. In our real life, we might see so many supercomputers are being developed so they can use the data to make so many decisions and to automate a task. Let's see the last type of AI, simulation AI. Simulation AI, it is a demo of AI. We have seen that in Agentic AI, self-driving car is an application, right? So before using that self-driving car into a place where people are there, into a place where most of the human beings are driving a car, where human beings are walking in and around there, do you think without checking how that car is working in a place where human beings are not there, they can implement in a real life? Do you think that it can be used in a real life without checking in a place where human beings is not there? So for training that model, what I have to do is I need to develop a whole environment which looks exactly like how human beings are there. I should add a robot and make that robot walk on that place. I should make a dummy car which moves in front of my self-driving car to check how my self-driving cars work based on that situation. So only if I do so many things to make my AI model understand how to react based on the real situations in our real life, so to avoid the accidents. If I developed a self-driving car and I use in real life without doing that testing, without doing that demo, what it might happen? People might be in danger for sure, right? So to avoid that accidents and to avoid those harmful situations, what I have to do is I need to develop a fake environment where my AI models, super powerful AI models, can learn from that environment. So to increase the learning capacity of my AI models, what I have to do is I have to do a demo for those AI models so that it can understand what is going to happen in real life. That is how simulation of AI works. I hope this video helped you in understanding 8 different types of AI and how it is going to change our life forever. Thank you. Bye for now.